Madam Chair, I'd just like to add one more comment. When Supervisor Elias was discussing the roads and how it did benefit his district, here is the perfect example of how soccer fields are not benefiting other districts, and I just would like to add that point.
Actually, soccer fields, if those dollars circulate in this community, benefits the entire community.
Well, that's if. That's a big if.
Well, it's
Madam Chair.
Supervisor Carroll.
Madam Chair, I just want to say, there has been studies by Visit Tucson, by the U of A College, other school, on these tournament facilities, but I'm not here to defend or change the dialogue. I'm just here to say that I've seen the reports on the Fort Lowell turnout, and the Board of Realtors that puts it on, thank you. Staggering, and it's community-wide, the benefit. I just don't want to let that comment go without correcting what I see as the perception. Those dollars, Fort Lowell soccer tournament, where it started and where it is today, benefits all of us. And with a kid that plays Division I sports, I want to say it brings scholarships to kids. Okay, I know a lot of kids that went through soccer, whether it's TSA, the Tucson Soccer Academy, or whether it was just through the YSL. I want to say that a lot of those kids have made me proud to know them as they went to Stanford, as they went across to the Ivy Leagues, as they went all across our nation, doing a full-time job and getting their education because they went out and kicked some grass. And thank you very much for bringing that up, so I can say I think there's a huge benefit for this community in that soccer stadium.
Thank you, Supervisor
Madam
Carroll.
Chair.
Supervisor Elias and Supervisor Miller.
I was going to go ahead and move on into approving these
Okay.
budgets, but
Supervisor
if Supervisor Miller has another comment on
I
it.
just have one
I'm
comment.
very willing
The
to hear
same
it.
thing was said about Major League Baseball, and I think we all know what happened there. Thank you.
I think you're comparing apples and oranges, but
Madam Chair, one
pharmas or what research have we done to indicate that this is a step and a necessary step we need to take and take it now. And with that, roll call.
Supervisor Carroll?
Madam Chair.
Supervisor Carroll.
Before I vote, I'd like to say clearly there was some misunderstanding last week, and maybe it was a twisting of the truth, or maybe it was just a distracted mind. But I do want to say it needs to be clarified and said twice, because we truly believe in Pima County that truth is important, and I want to make sure this doesn't get misconstrued. The monies for the soccer fields will be coming from where, Mr. Huckleberry?
Madam Chair and Supervisor Carroll, they will come from the excess fund balance left over from the 2013-14 budget in excess of that was actually budgeted the previous year.
I hope that's not taken out of context later. Let me say again, the monies then that are going to be possibly transferred into the transportation for pavement preservation are still intact, even though this vote will happen today.
Yes, Madam Chair and Supervisor Carroll, I've already previously directed the Department of Transportation to begin again planning for the expenditure of those funds in pavement preservation on the arterial and collector system, and coming back to the board in December of 2015 for the spring and summer season of pavement preservation within the county.
Thank you so much. Because I know the minutes for the meeting that was this was last discussed that are not prepared yet. I just want to make sure that we had something for on the record for people that are out in the audience or people that are working on staff or anywhere else are clear as to where the dollars are coming from. And I look forward to talking about the transportation funding issue later in the year. I also want to add my comment then and now. But I look forward to seeing.
You called a question.
I did not call the question.
Okay.
I had the floor, I think. I appreciate that. Again, I will now say that it's important for all of us to begin to look at, in preparation for the meeting to talk about pavement preservation in the future, that we look at building equity for all 5 districts. So in the future, this type of debate originally leading to the misunderstanding and to the rearrangement of how this is going to be paid for doesn't happen again. Maybe it was intentional, maybe it was confused, but I appreciate it, Madam Chair.
Your vote.
Supervisor Elias.
Yes.
Supervisor Miller.
No.
Supervisor Valdez.
Aye.
Chair Bronson.
Aye, motion carries 3-2. And now we move back to the regular agenda.